Hi everyone, I welcome you all to this to the new episode regarding new chapter, that is time, work and distance, in this preparation for maths CLAT 2016. In this, I would like to make you all know that this is one of the most important part of this CLAT maths chapters, because maximum questions in every year has been asked from this portion only. This time, work and distance, multiple kind of questions can be framed, ranging directly from based on formulas or made on combination of other chapters too. Firstly, you must know that there are basically three variables of this chapter. Firstly, the speed, secondly, distance, and thirdly, time. Using these three variables, the question, those people who set the question, they help us to find two variables. They provide you two variables and ask you to find the third one. For that, you generally require the basic formulas which can be used to find the same. For example, the first formula that you need to remember is regarding the speed. The speed equal to distance by time. If they provide you that if a person is able to cover a particular distance, like for example 5 kilometers in 2 hours, then what will be his or her speed? In that case, we will be just dividing the distance provided by the time used by the person. Secondly, using this formula, if you remember that speed equal to distance by time, using this formula you can find the distance and time as well. As I told you in the previous classes also, that you should not focus on remembering more and more of the formulas. So it is necessary that you should know how to derive one formula from other. Like if you remember for speed, that is distance by time, now you can use it for cross multiplication, like time is equals to distance by speed and distance equal to speed into time. So these are the three basic formulas used in this chapter in order to find out the answers for all kind of questions that are provided, which are directly based on these formulas. Now we come on second kind of question that are asked generally, is finding out the average speed. What happens that if they give that a person Ram covers 3 km with speed x, and further it's given that another 3 km was travelled by the person by this speed y km per hour. So then what will be the average speed of the person? The average speed of the person will be 2xy by x plus y. This is a formula using which you can find out the average speed of the person. If a person, I repeat it again, if a person travels two distances, like the same distances with different speeds, now you have to find out the average speed of the person. Generally on this topic the questions are formulated on the kind of transport. They generally give that if a person Ram travels 3 kilometers by bicycle at a speed of 5 km per hour, and then next 3 kilometers by walking at the speed of 1 km per hour, find out the average speed of the person Ram. So what you will be doing, you will be using both the speeds, like 3 kilometers and per hour and 1 km per hour, and it can be used like 2 into 3 into 1 by 3 plus 1, and that will give you the average speed of the person. Now coming to the second aspect, that is the ratio of speed of A and B. That is, if the ratio of the speed of a person is A is to B, then the time will be inverse of the same. That is, if the ratio of the speed of the person A and B is A is to B, then the ratio of the time taken by them is 1 by A is to 1 by B. So please remember, these formulas are used for directly solving the questions rather than taking more and more time. In order to confuse you, the examiner can even give the speed or the time, everything, and then you go on calculating other, and then you go and calculating the time. In general sense, if they give you the distance travelled and the ratio of the time or the speed, then you generally have the habit to go and find out the time and then find out the ratio of the same. But these kind of formulas give you a direct answer and a direct method in order to find out that what will be the ratio of the time resulting. So these were the aspects for distance, speed and time. So I repeat again, what will be the distance, what will be the speed, what will be the time can be found out if other two variables are given using these simple formulas. Secondly, if the ratio of the speed is given and you are asked to find out the average speed, then this formula 2xy by x plus y need to be followed. Thirdly, if the ratio of the speed of a person is given, that is a is to b, then the ratio of the time can be found out, that is the inverse of the same, that is 1 by a is to 1 by b. Now coming to the last aspect, that is work done. So in this, what happens that if it is given that a person covers a work n in n number of days, then what will be the number of work completed by in one day? It will be the reverse of the same, that is 1 by n. And in case the ratio of the work done of two persons is given and asked for the ratio of time, then it will be reverse of the same. That is, if two persons like Ram and Sham covers the work in a ratio of 2:1, then the time taken by them to cover the same will be 1:2. So these were the simple formulas used for solving the questions in this chapter, and this you need to remember that in this chapter the question cannot be specifically defined. I mean to say that the question in this area is so vast and it can be solved. By solving the questions, you can get a clear idea that what kind of approach should be taken into consideration, and in every exam, in every year, many, I mean to say 5 to 7% of the questions are asked from this area. So please remember the basic formulas that can help you for solving the question, and I would suggest that you should solve a lot of questions in this area because you can score better. Thank you and prepare well.